Hello. I know I haven't done too many videos lately. I've been kind of just enjoying my time off, painting and catching up on some computer modeling stuff that I've been doing, tutorials and stuff like that. So I figured I'd make a couple of videos, because I've been thinking how my mother, I mean, obviously I've been no contact, but the last few years I had contact with her, I was in my 20s, and she would keep most of her put-downs towards me. Yeah, I guess they were pretty consistent from childhood on. And I think the lowest point in my life, and probably the lowest point in a lot of people's life, was middle school, like 7th and 8th grade. It was just absolute hell between my mother abusing me, my parents getting divorced, and my father being an alcoholic, and him almost committing suicide, being in a psych ward, and being treated like shit by my classmates as well. So I really had I had no safe spot. I was like just under attack all the time, and it was just, I think there was a lot of trauma from that time period that got stored in my subconscious, and I know that because once I got away from my mother, a lot of things from that time period started resurfacing. I started having nightmares about things she did to me at that time, and also nightmares where I was forced to move back into the house that I lived in back then. It was totally bizarre. But that hasn't happened in a while, but I think it was like my brain trying to tell me that there was some serious trauma back there that I never really got the chance to properly process. And a lot of the insults and ways that she demeaned me back then were always like, no matter what phase I was in my life after that, whether it be high school, college, or working in my 20s, she always treated me like I was still that same 7th grade loser. It's like, not only did she not want me to advance, but she didn't even want me to think that I was changing or that I was capable of change. And it was just ironic because, like, one of her favorite things to bash me since then too, into my 20s, was how I'm kind of I'm a quiet wallflower and I don't have confidence and stuff like that. But then the minute I start to get any confidence, or even if I'm in a good mood around her and she's not, she's got to shut it right down. So that there's the whole irony right there. And then when I was being scapegoated at work in my 20s, and she was trying to say, well, maybe you should go see a psychiatrist and get medication, and then she started bringing up middle school again. How, you were never diagnosed with anything back then, even though I wanted you to be. I always knew there was something wrong with you, and, remember middle school, that this happened, and this happened, and that happened, and, so it's like they take the lowest point in your life, and not only do they repeat the same insults for the rest of you, even if you move past that time period, and even if you do progress as a person, or if you progress in your life, they want you to think that you haven't. So they'll keep up with the same insults and the same definition of you that they came up with back then, and they won't let you move past that in your head. It's like being back in high school, and my high school, we went to the same school with the same people from elementary school on, so pretty much whatever your stereotype was by 6th grade, you were pretty much stuck in that role. And that's very much how it is with the narcissist, is how, it's like they form an unfavorable opinion of you as a child, and then no matter what you do in your life after that, they have to take it away and try to convince you that you're still that loser, and it doesn't matter what you do. So it's like, so not only did she wanted me to think that I haven't changed and I made no progress, that I was still the same loser I was in middle school, but I also realized by the way she treated me in my 20s, that she took a lot of things during that time period, 7th and 8th grade, and kind of stored them in her brain. I guess a lot of things that happened, insecurities I had, things that upset me, you know, kind of acted all those years like she forgot about it, but no, she didn't. Then, like, when I was going through some stuff in my 20s with work, it's like she was bringing all this stuff up from 15 or even 20 years prior, like how one day I went to school in 3rd grade with my shirt inside out, and how that's proof that I have some form of autism or something, or that I have ADHD or something's wrong, because that one time I went to school in 3rd grade with my shirt was inside out or backwards or something. And what's really fucked up about this incident she's talking about, my shirt was backwards or inside out. First of all, I remember that shirt that I wore that day, and it's one of those shirts that if it is inside out or backwards, you don't even tell the difference. You know what I mean? Like the way the neckline is, or like even if you turn it inside out, it doesn't look any different. So it was that kind of shirt. But anyway, I digress. I remember, yeah, it was 3rd grade. It was the end of 3rd grade. And this just goes to show you the damage the narcissist does to your psyche. If I'm sitting here making a video trying to defend something I did in 3rd grade. This is how fucked up I am because of this psychotic bitch that raised me. But anyway, I had this standardized test at the end of the school year. It was a math test, and we had done a practice test in class a week before, and I didn't get 100 on the practice test, but I got one wrong. So I was determined to get 100% on the standardized test. That's all I was like, I said, and my mom was mocking me for this too, how I went to school that day saying, I'm gonna get 100 on the test. So I went to school that day, apparently with my shirt backwards or inside out or whatever it was. And I got 100 on the standardized tests. And I was the only one in my class out of 200 kids that got 100 on the test. The teachers were like baffled. The teachers were like, holy shit, this girl is like, you know, I'm not a genius or anything, but I was really good in math and that. So 20 years later, my mother is bringing up this incident of me getting 100 on a test, the only one in the grade, and then she's got to, I don't know, deface it or devalue it by bringing up my shirt and how it was backwards that day. But it makes me feel like this was almost like this was planned for decades, that she would throw this in my face. Like, well, you think you're hot shit because you got 100 on a test, but it doesn't matter anyway because your shirt was backwards. That's her logic. That's her logic. Like, so even if it was a college exam or something and I got 100 and, you know, my shirt was back, like, it's one thing to, you know, to point that out, even that's even, no matter what age you are, it's still taking an accomplishment and minimizing it with something petty. But this was something that I did in 3rd grade. And she's been storing it in her head this entire time to use against me and devalue my intelligence. Because of a backward shirt that you couldn't even tell it was backwards. When I remember that day too, now it's coming back to me. I came home that day, and she pulled me aside. She's like, is that backwards? Yes, it's back. So, no other kid, trust me, kids that age, if they notice something's off with your clothes, they'll tell you. None of my classmates noticed. So not only is she throwing this in my face and taking away an accomplishment, but she's using it as proof that something is mentally wrong with me in my 20s. How fucked up is that? Does that make any sense? No. Or she'll use something that happened in junior high, how I had such a hard time socially and how I was outcasted and how that's proof that somehow that's tied in to my bosses scapegoating me in my 20s. They will take away any progress you make, any accomplishment, anything, and revert you back to the most miserable time in your life or when you were a child. They will strip you of your entire identity. That's how they operate. And, you know, it's just something I was thinking about. I wasn't really planning on talking about the shirt incident specifically, but now that I am, it really got me furious because taking an accomplishment, being the only one in the entire grade, 200 people, to get that score, and she's got to mock it because of a backwards t-shirt. And I was 9, and she's got to take that away from me? Like, she's using it against me as a 20-something. I swear to God, like, I don't have no contact, but I almost feel like sending the link to the video to this bitch. Like, you fucking piece of shit, this is what you did to me. But, anyway, I guess it's good that I got that off my chest. And I'll probably make another video, too, that's something I want to talk about, but I just realized I probably look a little like a dominatrix right now, because this is just a shirt I wore out to dinner. It's got leather sleeves. This is cotton or whatever. It's just got leather sleeves. So I have a lot of clothes with like leather features. Maybe in a past life I was in a motorcycle gang, but I probably I'm not wearing like a leather bodysuit or anything. It's just the sleeves. So, anyway, I'll see you soon. I'll probably make another video in a little bit.